everybody. You have just tuned in to the Steel City Blitz Steelers Podcast presented by DEK Roofing Incorporated of South Florida. I am by myself, and I usually am. In my podcast vault here, but Ben had another engagement tonight, and as did Ellie. And Ian has left me hanging. I'm thinking likely due to one of his children misbehaving or something. So this is not going to be a long podcast. We weren't really planning on it tonight anyway, with fairly limited stuff. But there are a few things just to go over, and I'll do my best to not be as monotone as I sound right now to keep you awake. In any case, the Steelers are wrapping up their first mini camp of phase 3 of the organized team activities. This is a voluntary mini camp. Okay, now many of you come from backgrounds of sports, whether they be club or high school or college, and you know the meaning a coach has when that coach says something along the lines of, "Hey, it's voluntary. It's voluntary." Okay, um, that means your ass better be there or forget about playing. Okay, we've all been there. The NFL situation is a little different. You can be an established player and you know your role, you know what's expected. For a rookie, for a free agent type, then yeah, you better be there. You better be there. And so the Steelers had about 75% attendance this week, and that sounds a lot like the average across the NFL. Some teams were maybe 80, 85, some were a little lower than 75. A couple of the big names that weren't there were Juju Smith-Schuster and T.J. Watt. And look, I think it's more than fair to ask the question. Was TJ Watt not there because he's going to want a new contract and he's not stepping foot on a football field until he gets one? It's a fair question. And the guy has arguably been the best defensive player in football the last couple of years. And he knows his value, and his agent does too. And maybe that's what's happening. And I don't know. I'm not going to say that that's what it is because I don't know. But would it surprise me? No, not at all. Not at all. The fact of the matter is, we also have to understand that a lot of these players, whether they're receivers or edge rushers, they set up training sessions with specific trainers to work on everything from route running to speed drills to pass rush drills, and sometimes those will lap over the period of um, that very first mini camp. So it's not a huge deal that some guys aren't there. The guys that are there, you start with Ben Roethlisberger. I think it's great that he's there. This is something that he's missed in the past. Um, I, I have to say right off the top, though, people need to frickin' relax, okay? Just because you see Ben, tossing the ball 30 yards downfield and it's got some air underneath it, that does not mean that Ben's arm is gone. He can't throw anymore. Do you really want him to throw heaters right now at 39 years of age? Is that what you want to see? You want to see him throwing frozen ropes from sideline to sideline, because there's no need for that right now. He doesn't even have his starting receivers there. Okay, so let's relax about that part, and then let's also relax when we see an image of Ben taking a shotgun snap from Kendrick Green. The amount of fans on social media that were up in arms over Ben in the shotgun, it absolutely cracked me up this week. People were out of their minds. Oh, Ben's going to do what Ben wants to do. We're not getting rid of the shotgun. I knew it. I knew it. It's going to be the same old thing. No NFL team is getting rid of the shotgun. It's a staple of every NFL offense. You have to have it. And furthermore, he's taking a snap from Kendrick Green, a rookie, a guy who has played 4 total games at that position. All right. You, as the veteran quarterback, you are going to take some time and work with that young man on his shotgun snaps. Somebody happened to catch a photograph of it. That does not mean anything. Okay? This is football in pajamas and helmets. That's what it is. If you really think you can glean a lot from what's happening in those scenarios, then you need a job with PFF, because obviously those people know way more than the rest of us too. Okay? Just relax. All right? This is about getting guys on the field, getting guys acclimated to the field, to one another, to the way things are run at an NFL level. That's what this is about. And anything further than that, just relax, because it's not going there. Okay. Um, as far as Najee Harris, look, you saw a lot of video clips that came out, whether it was Dale Lally or Alan Saunders, and thanks to those guys. And I think Nick at oh God, I'm sorry, Nick. But anyway, thank you, Nick, because you put some stuff out too. They did a great job of sharing some videos and stuff. And look, I'm telling you right now, you don't have to be a football superstar evaluator to notice that Najee Harris's quickness is off the charts compared to anybody else in that running back room. No disrespect to Benny Snell, but he couldn't keep up with Najee Harris on his worst day. Um, and it was clear. Okay, the guy just has a suddenness about him, a quickness, a burst that the Steelers have not seen in a while. Let's just say that. Okay, so I'm excited about that. Najee did sign his contract this week, as did second round pick Pat Fryermuth. Um, who, by the way, we got to, he said he already told the Pittsburgh media he was not crazy about the whole baby Gronk thing. So we got to find a new nickname for him. I don't know, Fry Guy, something like this. Who the hell knows? But good to have those guys under contract. Many of you are older, like me, and you remember the days when first round rookies quite often would hold out well into the summer, even into training camp. But thanks to the new rookie wage scale that kind of establishes wages for the rookies from first round to the last round, that has helped. Guys just don't hold out anymore. I think one of the Bosas did, but I think that was just mostly over language, contract language, if you will. Um, so it's great. It's good for these coaches. It's good for the players. It's good for everybody to have these young guys in there and ready to go. Just a reminder that, of course, the podcast is presented by DEK Roofing Incorporated of South Florida. And as a side note, don't forget, they do your roof. They don't do gutters and all the other wonderful things that so many of these companies do. They specialize in your roof. That's what they do. So if you are in Broward down there, Southern Palm Beach counties, commercial, residential, multifamily, doesn't matter. They will take care of it for you, and they will do a damn good job. And just a quick shout out to John Deck, who sent me some gear today. And John, I'm very happy to report that the shirts all fit. I don't know that I could have said that 3 months ago, but dropped a few lbs, so everything's good. Everything's good, and the shirts fit. So thank you very much for that. A couple other things just to close up shop here on this very abbreviated edition. Um, as you know, the Pittsburgh Penguins bowed out in the first round of the playoffs for the third straight time yesterday. And obviously, that left many in the Steel City feeling rather down. And then the Pittsburgh Pirates happened today. And I saw something happen that I have never seen in my lifetime. And listen, folks, I've played a lot of baseball, and I have seen a lot of baseball. And what I saw the first baseman for the Pirates do today, I've never seen in my life. Instead of stepping on the bag to end the inning with two outs, he started to chase down the batter, who was the runner going to first base. He chased him back to the catcher. I was stunned. I've never seen it before. All he had to do was step on the base. He ended up throwing the ball away. The ball got thrown away again. The ball got thrown away again. I know this isn't a baseball show, but part of what I wanted to talk about tonight was gaffes that the Steelers have done in the past. Because believe me, people, the Steelers are not immune to this. They've had instances where uh, they've looked like the Keystone Cops times 10. Whether it was, well, what about that snap at the beginning of the playoff game last year? Case in point, right? Fumbled snaps by punters, horribly botched onside kicks by Chris Boswell. I mean, there's a little bit of everything to go around, folks. So, yeah, if you haven't had a chance to see that, I highly recommend it. Believe me. Anyway, so I'm not going to keep you any longer, and apologize for not having a longer show than what we've had, but we'll have everybody back in the fold next week, and we'll be back at you with a lot more stuff as we start talking much more personnel and everything else. So this is SteelDad signing off on the Steel City Blitz Steelers podcast presented by DEK Roofing Incorporated of South Florida. And hey, go Steelers. Ravens suck.